What's up, you beauties? Welcome back to the HW Hockey YouTube channel, your go-to source for all the latest Flyers news and rumors. I'm Jim Icavone, and today we're talking the biggest question marks heading into the Philadelphia Flyers 2024-2025 season. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the alert so you guys never miss a show, and definitely leave a comment. So let's just get right to this. Is going to be a short one. We're going to talk biggest question marks. I want to know from you guys in the comments, what are your biggest question marks heading into the 2024-2025 Flyers season that starts on Friday away against the Vancouver Canucks? Let's just get it. Let's start it off. Like Sean Couturier for me is a big question mark. Obviously, the whole center position could be a huge question mark, but a healthy Coots is crucial to the Flyers season. I think for myself, I'm counting on him to play a full year, and maybe I shouldn't be. Going just based off the last two or three. Didn't play a full season last year. Hasn't played a full season in a little while now. Going back to 2018-19 when he played 80 games, or 2017-2018 when he played a full 82. Those were the two seasons he scored 30 goals and 70 plus points. A healthy Couturier is crucial to this team's success, whether we still want to admit that or not. He's getting paid to be a top six center, top line center. He's going to be crucial for this team. They need his defense. They need his play away from the puck. Personally, I wasn't inspired too much with his preseason play, and it didn't sound like Danny Briere and John Tortorella really were either. But it's just preseason. These guys have been through it a lot. I don't need to see Coots, lighting it up and leading the league in scoring to say that he's ready for the regular season. But he's a question mark for me. Can he maintain health throughout a full 82 game season, or at least most of the season? We kind of saw him flame out last year. They came out and said there was an injury. Hopefully that doesn't happen again this year. My second biggest concern of this season is the goaltending position. Obviously, Sam Ersson is the starting goaltender for the Philadelphia Flyers, and he looked good in preseason. We all want to see him play well, to start the regular season. But where I think my biggest concern is the backup position, Ivan Fedotov. I know last year, there was crazy circumstances, didn't look great. In preseason this year, I'll just come out and say it. I don't enjoy watching Fedotov. I don't really enjoy watching a lot of goalies, to tell you the truth. But Fedotov, it almost like it hurts to watch him play. From just so far, anyways. I know he's a good goalie and over in Russia and whatnot, but it's tough to watch him play the position. He's so big, but he's a question mark for me. He didn't inspire confidence for me heading into the regular season, and for me, the Flyers need a huge boost from their backup goaltending position. Alexei Kolosov is also in the mix. He's going to be playing down in Lehigh Valley. Danny Briere spoke about him. I think it was today, or it was yesterday, Monday, October 7th, spoke about Kolosov, where he's still the option that he goes over to the KHL. I think we see him up with the Flyers at some point this season, and maybe not because of an injury, but I just don't know if Fedotov is that guy. A lot of people will point to his KHL stats, but we know that it's a little bit of a different league and he's got to adjust. So I'll give him that. But over the long haul, the Flyers are going to need Ivan Fedotov to really chip in with his fair share of good play to give Sam Ersson the proper rest to play a full season, because they're going to need Sam Ersson. He's the number one guy. There's no more Carter Hart here. It's Sam Ersson's crease, and he's going to need Ivan Fedotov and Alexei Kolosov to back him up. Third biggest concern on this team, and I don't think it's talked about. It was a concern of mine last year, and it ended up being one of their strong points of the team, was the Flyers' defense. A top pairing of Travis Sanheim and Cam York. It's a solid pair. They played well together. Is it a top pair in the NHL? I would argue against that, but it's a solid pair nonetheless. Second pair is Jamie Drysdale and Nick Seeler. Already there's questions there. Nick Seeler is said to be battling numbness in one of the legs where he blocked a shot last week. Jordan Hall wrote an article about that for NBC Sports Philly. Make sure you guys go check that out. The Flyers have said that usually something like that will pass within a few hours or a day. This is going on a week now. I don't know if this is going to prevent Seeler from playing Monday night, but it's something that I'm kind of concerned with, So there's already he's your best shot blocker. He's playing on a line with Jamie Drysdale, and you want consistency out of the gate. They've been paired up throughout camp, throughout preseason. He's the kind of defender that's going to allow Drysdale to play his game. So to not have him early, you won't have that consistency. But we'll see. We'll see if that's a question mark for me. Nick Seeler, will he start the season? Then you have your back pair with Igor Zamula and Rasmus Ristolainen. Zamula was kind of a steady Eddie. To me, he got better as the year went on. He kind of is what he is. He gave you some power play minutes as well. And Ristolainen, who looks really good in camp. I think that third pair can be a very solid third pair. I have more question marks about the top two pairs, to be honest with you. And I know it's unpopular. I already mentioned the top line of Sanheim and York. Can it compete, with the top lines around the NHL? I mean, they got a taste of it last year. They'll get a chance to build more consistency this year. Second year may be better than the first. We'll see. And then the second pair, as I mentioned, with Drysdale, Seeler, it's a new pair. Drysdale had off-season surgery. It's going to take him, in my opinion, a little bit to get going here. So I'm going to be patient with Drysdale. I know out of the gates, majority of Flyers fans might not be that way with Drysdale, but coming off the surgery that he had, it's going to take him some time to get acclimated. The Flyers are asking him to do different things. He's learning a new system, a new style of play in Philadelphia, his first camp with the Flyers. So giving Drysdale a few months to get acclimated here. So yeah, the defense is my third concern or third greatest question mark heading into the season. Fourth would be some of the depth guys. Noah Cates, Scott Laughton. I know Scott. So let's talk about Laughton first. I know a lot of people want him traded, and sure, I get it. To me, he brings a lot of intangibles to that team and to that locker room. He's beloved, in that room, and I think by a good portion of the fan base. So, do I want to see Scott Laughton traded? Straight up, no, I don't, because I think he's extremely valuable to that locker room, and you need those kind of guys. Noah Cates, on the other hand, we talked about it last night on HW with Jack. I think Noah Cates is being sent messages all preseason long that, hey, we need this from you, and if we can't get it from you, you might not have a spot here, right? And that leads me into my last question mark. Jet Luchenko he's at least getting a look to start the season. I'm not going to say he's getting the full 9 games. I'm not going to say he's going to be here past 9 games, but Luchenko making the roster, if you're one of these vets that's potentially going to play this third line 3C position, this kid's here now, right? First round pick. It's either, it's kind of shit or get off the pot for some of these guys like Cates and I guess Laughton to an extent. Like I said, I don't think Laughton's going anywhere. If he was going to go somewhere, it would have been last year. So I don't see that happening this year. Maybe the last year of his contract if the Flyers aren't, really contending for a playoff spot truly. But I don't think Laughton goes anywhere. I have question marks about Noah Cates. Can he give what John Tortorella wants from him? That's going to be something I'll be keeping an eye on early in the season. There are teams out there that are looking to acquire, depth forward pieces that are, making like minimal amount, like $2 million, $1 million, something like that. Columbus comes to mind. They're looking for a depth piece so they can get to the cap floor kind of thing. NHL granted them, I think, an extra few weeks to get there because of the tragic Johnny Gaudreau news. So it's going to be interesting. Those are my 5 biggest question marks. Couturier, the goaltender position, the defense as a whole, and then obviously Noah Cates, Jet Luchenko. Those are going to be what I'm keeping an eye on to start the season. I want to know from you guys. Keith checking in the chat. AO. I wonder if a lot of you guys are watching after the disappointing Phillies defeat. So, yeah, chime in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. And make sure to hit that subscribe and smash that like button, guys. It really helps us out with the algorithm. We can get this to more eyes and more ears. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for checking out the HW Hockey YouTube channel. I'm signing off. See you guys tomorrow night.